This is everything I ate at Little India in Sydney. Tonight, we're at Harris Park, which is an amazing spot for Indian food. First up, I got 9 pani puri for $7. They're crispy shells stuffed with a potato and chickpea filling, then topped with a spicy mint-flavored water. It's a crunchy explosion of flavor that's sour and spicy. It's so addictive. Then I went to a restaurant that serves this sizzling $32 tawa goat. The goat on the bone was incredibly tender and smoky with a really spicy kick. It was mouth-watering paired with garlic naan and rice. I would definitely get this again. Then I tried a 70mm dosa for $19. I got the non-veg option. Look at the filling inside. The dosa was wonderfully thin and slightly crispy, and I especially enjoyed it pinched with the lamb mince and dipped in sambar. This was delicious. I also got a $5 mango lassi, which had a thick and smooth consistency and was sweet and sour. I loved it. Moving back outside, I grabbed a $5 box of jalebi. They deep fry the batter in these cool spiral shapes, then dunk it in a saffron sugar syrup. It's super sweet and sticky with a nice crispiness. This is everything I ate at the Queen Victoria Market in Melbourne. First up, I got the famous hot jam donuts, which were 5 for $10. It was hot, crispy, and sugary on the outside and fluffy and springy on the inside. The jam was sweet and delicious. I loved it. Next, I got a $17 porchetta panini. The pork crackling was chewy, slightly crispy and fatty, and the pork roast was very fragrant and herby. Then I went to the mussel pot and got $16 chili coconut cream mussels. The mussels tasted so incredibly fresh. They actually said it's from their farm. And the chili coconut sauce was creamy and heavenly. I soaked it all up with the bread. Next, I got a $5 borek, which I think is a great price for such a generous portion. It was fresh from the oven, the pastry was crunchy, fluffy, and salty, and the cheese and spinach filling was divine. Last but not least, I got a $10 twist potato, which was cold, so I didn't enjoy it as much as I usually do. This is everything I ate at a winter night market in Sydney. First up, I got these $15 birria tacos. The beef was nice and tender and great with a squeeze of lime. The consomme was a little oily, but I love how they added some guacamole and corn chips on the side. These were hearty and tasty. Then I grabbed this $10 fairy floss, which is exactly like what you'd expect, fluffy and sweet. I was just glad it wasn't $18 like the ones at Vivid. Oh, I couldn't decide which wiener to eat, so I got the $20 double with a spicy bratwurst and a cheese kransky. It had a great snap and was topped with onion and sauerkraut. This was delicious. After this, I got a $16 creamy carne sushi bake. So you add it onto a sheet of seaweed for each bite. The sushi rice was beautifully seasoned with furikake, and I enjoyed the crunchy pops of fish roe. This was so yum. Next up, I tried these $18 Wagyu loaded fries. I was kind of let down they used mince instead of actual beef pieces, and the fries had a frozen fry taste, if you know what I mean. These ones just weren't for me, unfortunately. And finally, I grabbed a $15 sticky date pudding. It's piping hot and fluffy and soaks up that butterscotch sauce so well, and it's the perfect pairing with vanilla ice cream. This is everything I ate at Bastille Festival in Sydney. I started off with these $24 mussels cooked nicely in a creamy white wine sauce. They were so delicious. The chips on the side could use a bit more seasoning, but were wonderfully crunchy. What a good combo. I also got these freshly grilled $19 scallops, which were beautifully crispy yet juicy inside. I absolutely loved the creamy sauce and cheesy coating. They nailed this. Moving on to this $14 mitraillette sandwich filled with tender and buttery steak, frites, and a herb sauce. I felt the steak was slightly overshadowed by the fries and baguette, but I still really enjoyed it. Next, I got these $13 escargot served out of the shell. I found it a bit underwhelming and wish the baguette was toasted. Now for something different, I grabbed a $15 lobster roll, which had a nicely toasted brioche bun and a good amount of lobster. This was a nice treat. I couldn't resist getting a $15 French coblo. Unfortunately, it had a potent flavor and rubbery texture I didn't love, so it wasn't for me. And finally, I wrapped up my day with a $9 hot chocolate paired with a $3 toasted marshmallow. I like how it wasn't too sweet and had a slightly thick texture. This is everything I ate at an African food festival in Sydney. I started off with a $20 Nigerian jollof rice with chicken. It's my first time trying it. The jollof rice was soft and tomatoey with a nice mix of spices, and the drumsticks had a bite to it and was coated in a thick tomatoey sauce. This was delicious. Next up, I got a $35 fufu and a egusi soup. Have you tried fufu before? It has a soft texture that reminds me of a stretchy mashed potato. Pinching in some egusi soup, it has a nutty and earthy flavor with tender chunks of meat. It's definitely an acquired taste, and I think there's other stews I prefer more, but don't knock it till you try it. After this, I grabbed a $15 African lamb roll from a Sudanese food truck. The lamb was incredibly juicy with a punchy sour kick of lemon. It's bursting with flavor. Then I got these $15 Sudanese agache skewers, which are coated in peanuts and spices. Again, this was packed with flavor. The beef was slightly chewy and spicy and great with a squeeze of lime. And finally, I tried poof poof for the first time for $5. They're fried dough balls that have a spongy texture with a hint of sweetness. It's a simple yet tasty snack. This is everything I ate at the Eastwood Night Market. Starting off, I got a $15 squid teppanyaki, which was so nicely seasoned with a great kick of spice. It was really soft and not chewy at all. Then I got skewers cooked in a spicy hot pot. So you pick and choose 8 for $10, such as beef and quail eggs. It was really spicy and a decent snack. Check out this $11 fried dough stick with black sesame mochi inside. It was crunchy, stretchy, and sweet and had a nutty black sesame flavor. Have you seen an $8 corn dog like this before? It's so short and thick. It had a great cheese pull, but way too much batter for my liking. I grabbed this $6 grilled scallop, which was smaller than I expected. It had a light garlic flavor, but could use some more saltiness in my opinion. Next, I got $13 pot sticker dumplings topped with chili oil, vinegar, and soy sauce. It was so fresh with a juicy pork filling inside. Last but not least, I got an $11.80 tiramisu, which was rich and creamy with a lovely coffee hit. This is everything I ate at the Busan Beer Festival. It's a part of Festival Shiwo or October Festival, and there's so many food stalls here. First up, this $6.50 frozen small caught my eye. The marshmallow ice cream is blowtorched on the outside, and inside is chocolate ice cream and a layer of cookie. It's such a fun and tasty treat. Next, I grabbed this $5 salted bread with bulldog noodles inside. The bread was soft and fluffy, but the noodles would taste better if it was made fresh. For a drink, I tried this $6.50 tomato beer, which smelled like tomato, but it just tasted like regular beer to me. Then I grabbed some $11 Korean fried chicken. It was coated in a sticky sweet and sour sauce and was crispy and juicy, and the chewy rice cakes it was paired with was so good. I also got this $7 sausage that was wrapped in a croissant and topped with olives. It was a nice snack, but they added so much bulldog sauce in it, so it was a tad too spicy for me. Another beer I tried was this $7.50 pale ale, which was citrusy, crisp, and really refreshing. And to end on something sweet, I got this $7.50 strawberry bingsu with finely shaved ice. It was really refreshingly sweet and a little bit creamy. This is everything I ate at Tongin Market in Seoul. What makes this market so unique is their lunchbox system. You can pay 10,000 won for a tray and 20 coins, then visit different stores to fill it up with a little bit of everything. Somehow, I perfectly used up all 20 coins, so this entire lunchbox cost me $11. Now let's go upstairs to eat. First up is this $1.50 adorable bear-shaped pork cutlet. It's crunchy and coated in a sweet and sour sauce. It's a nice snack. Next, these $3 gimbap were very fresh with a nice crunch from the veggies. I especially liked the pickled radish in it. Quick question, have you tried girum tteokbokki before? They're rice cakes stir-fried in oil. These were $2 and the texture was so addictive. They're chewy and crispy with a lovely soy flavor. I also got the $2 spicy version. It's just as good but with a delicious hot and savory kick. So yum. And finally, this $2 kimchi pancake had a great flavor but was just missing a fresh and crispy texture because it was sitting out there for a bit. Overall, this was such a fun way to sample different street foods and made me feel like a little kid again. This is everything I ate at Bupyeong Night Market in Busan. During the day, it's a charming traditional market, but at night, it comes alive with bustling food carts. Starting off, I got a $5 bulgogi burger, which had a super soft bun. The sweet marinade, cheese, and caramelized onion worked so well together. This was delicious. Next, I grabbed a $4 octopus skewer. I liked the mayo and spicy sauce, but it was a little on the chewy side, so I wouldn't rush to get it again. By the way, is everything blowtorched here? I grabbed a $6 pork belly set, which felt like K-barbecue in a box. The fatty pork belly paired really nicely with a pickled radish and kimchi. I also tried a $5.50 grilled cold noodle wrapped in egg, corn, and cheese. It had an interesting soft and chewy texture with a kick of spice. Not bad, but I think I'd prefer the meat version of this. I couldn't resist getting a $4 chicken skewer, which was coated in a delicious spicy sauce, and it was just so juicy. Then I got some $5.50 fried dried squid sprinkled in onion powder. It's crispy, chewy, and sweet. It's a nice snack. And finally, I got a $2 honey hot dog, which was like a warm hug. It's piping hot, sweet, and fluffy with a gooey honey filling. It's my favorite thing from tonight. This is everything I ate at Bupyeong Kangtong Market in Busan. I've been dreaming about the day I could eat this tteokbokki again. The ones in Busan are my absolute favorite. I got the $5.50 set with fried squid and sweet potato. The rice cakes have this thick, chewy yet pillowy texture, and I love the sweet and spicy sauce it's coated in. It's perfection. Next up, I grabbed a $7.50 mung bean pancake. It was piping hot with these amazing crispy edges, and the earthy flavor of the mung bean paired so well with the savory pork. It was delicious. Then I tried a local specialty, a $6.50 Busan Bibim Jangmyeon. They're spicy and chewy glass noodles with fish cake and pickled radish. It's light and simple. Something I love about this market is how you can grab a seat right in front of the stores and pick out what you want. I grabbed this $1 fish cake, which is such a tasty snack. It's even better when you sip on the heartwarming broth it's cooked in. I also got a $1 tok, which is the rice cake alone. I like to dip it in soy sauce. The texture is extra soft and stretchy. It's so yum. And finally, I got a $1 sweet rice drink called shikya. It was a refreshing end to the day. Here are 3 of the most memorable restaurants I tried in Busan, South Korea. Kicking off with Mipochip, I was blown away with the seafood platter here. It's a work of art. The seafood is marinated in a sweet soy sauce and you dip it in this incredible yolk sauce with pops of roe. I loved the octopus and abalone. They were so tender. And as someone who doesn't eat raw seafood often like crab, I found it very fresh and enjoyed the different ways to eat it with rice and seaweed. Next up is a spot that's famous for their galbi, which are marinated beef ribs. I like how the staff cook for you here. The galbi was wonderfully succulent, sweet, and smoky. And towards the end, you can add potato noodles for $3 that soaks up all of those mouth-watering meat juices. I do wish they gave more meat for the higher price point, but it was amazing quality. By the way, what's your comfort dish? One of mine is porridge, so I went to a local joint specializing in abalone porridge. Seeing that deep green color, you know it's infused with rich abalone flavor. I added a touch of salt and pepper, and it was so hearty with tender pieces of abalone. This was a simple and hearty meal I'd happily eat over and over again. This is everything I ate at a Malaysian hawker centre in Sydney. First up, I got a $15 nasi kerabu, which has blue-coloured rice. I also got $5 sambal chicken on top. The rice was so fragrant, topped with coconut and herbs, and the chicken was cooked really nicely. This was delicious. After this, I got freshly grilled chicken satay skewers for $2 each. It was smoky and sweet, and the peanut sauce was so tasty. Next, I got a $6 roti with egg and onion dipped in a curry sauce. It was super hot and fresh, but a little thicker than other rotis I've tried. Have you ever sucked bone marrow from a straw? I grabbed a $16 beef noodle soup with bone marrow, which was super fatty, buttery, and citrusy. It's not something I'd reach for as it's quite rich, but I'm so glad I got to try it. Then I got a $5 rose milk, which was super sweet and kind of reminded me of Turkish delight. Last but not least, I got fried bananas for $1 each, which were hot and crispy on the outside and gooey and sweet inside. It also came with this spicy sauce, but I prefer it simply on its own. Only eating street food for a full day in Penang, Malaysia. Kicking things off, I got a $4 bowl of Hokkien mee topped with crispy roast pork and tender slices of pork leg. The highlight was the prawn-infused broth, which was packed with a rich umami flavor and a slightly spicy kick. And the mixed noodles had a wonderful blend of chewy and soft textures. This was delicious. It is over 30 degrees here, so to cool myself down, I grabbed a $1.50 chendol. It's refreshing and sweet and exactly what I needed. Now for lunch, I had to try nasi kandar again, but this time at a no-frills food stand. I loved watching them flood the plate with a mix of different curries. My plate added up to $11. The fried chicken was juicy and succulent, while the squid had a soft chewiness and an amazing spicy sauce. I also got squid eggs, salted egg, and fried shallots, which really enhanced the flavor of the curry-soaked rice. I can't get enough of it. Finally, I got a $2 wonton mee. They really nailed the egg noodles, which were firm and springy and coated in a sweet and savory soy-based sauce. The wonton and char siu paired really nicely with it. This was such a tasty bowl. This is everything I ate at a hawker centre in Penang, Malaysia. I started off with a $4.50 char kway teow with duck egg that was cooked over charcoal. It was smoky and spicy with really plump prawns, and the Chinese sausage added a nice touch of sweetness. I loved it. After I saw these flames, I couldn't resist getting 10 chicken satay skewers for $6. The chicken was tender and smoky, and the nutty and sweet peanut sauce made each bite even tastier. To quench my thirst, I got a $1 Milo ice, which brought back childhood memories. Then I tried Lok Lok for the first time, so you pick your skewers, boil them, and dip it in a sauce. I went for chili. My plate added up to $5. But it was quite simple and could use some more flavor, probably since it was just boiled in water. After this, I got a $5 oyster omelette, which was fluffy with a golden and slightly crispy edge. The oysters were juicy and briny, and the tangy chili sauce tied all the flavors together. This was so yum. Last but not least, I had to try a $10 durian. I think it definitely tastes better than it smells. It's sweet and creamy. The only thing I don't love as much is the texture, which is a bit mushy and stringy. Let me know what you think. Do you love or hate durian?